Hello everyone. Today we have our session on the first introduction to business analysis body of knowledge. This is our first section after our initial discussion on the table of contents and all the contents that we'll be going through the business analysis body of knowledge given by International Institute of Business Analysts. Today we are going to discuss a wide variety of introductory topics that include how about what are domains, what are solutions, what are requirements, what is business analysis, what are the different types of requirements, as well as what are the processes and how is the relationship between the different knowledge areas in an overall business analysis process. Furthermore, the task of a business analyst and how the input, output, elements, techniques, all these relate, who are the different stakeholders, and as well as the purpose and underlying competencies that are desired from business analysts, right? Okay, so the first topic today is what are the key concepts? What is business analysis? Business analysis is a set of tasks and techniques used to work as a liaison among stakeholders in order to understand the structure, policies, and operations of an organization and to recommend solutions that enable the organization to achieve its goals. It involves understanding how organizations function to accomplish their purposes and defining the capabilities an organization requires to provide products and services to external stakeholders. It includes the definition of organization goals, how the goals connect to specific objectives, determining the courses of action that an organization has to understand and to undertake to achieve these goals and objectives, and defining how the various organizational units and stakeholders within and outside of that organization interact. Business analysis could be performed to understand the current state of an organization or to serve as the basis for the later identification of business needs. In most cases, business analysis is performed to define and validate solutions that meet business needs and serve the goals and objectives of the organization in a wider format. Alright? Now, going to the task of business analysts, they must analyze the solutions, interact with large number of peoples, meet IT professionals and executives. They serve as a bridge between different ends of an organization. They facilitate communication, they facilitate aligning the needs of business units with the capabilities delivered by IT, and may serve as a translation and bridge between these groups. Now, going to the other key concept that business analysts delve deep into. First concept is a domain. So what is a domain? A domain is the area undergoing analysis. It may correspond to the boundaries of an organization or organizational unit, as well as key stakeholders outside those boundaries and interaction with those stakeholders. Next is the next concept is a solution. A solution is a set of changes to the current state of an organization that would enable the organization to meet the business objectives and goals and to take advantage of various opportunities. The scope of the solution could be limited to the scope of the domain, or it could also transcend the organizational boundaries. Most solutions are a system of interactions. Okay? The next concept is of a requirement. The requirement is a condition or capability needed by a stakeholder. A condition or capability that must be met. Okay? Or a documented representation of a condition or capability. Requirements could be of various forms. It could be solution requirements or it could be transition requirements. Solution requirements is when your company is creating a solution to serve a specific business purposes, or transition requirement is when a current company is moving from a particular state to another state and the transitional requirements must be met. In terms of solution requirements, we deal with two kinds of primary requirements. These are the functional requirements and the non-functional requirements. The functional requirements describe the behavior and information that the solution will manage, of course. Right? They describe capabilities the system must meet in terms of behaviors or operations. such as specific IT application actions or responses. Then the second type of solution requirement is a non-functional requirement. Non-functional requirement captures conditions that do not directly relate to the behavior or functionality of the solutions, but rather describe environmental conditions under which the solution must remain effective or qualities that the system must have. This could include various requirements for user experience, user interface, related to capacity, speed, security, database requirements, peripheral database requirements such as storage, etc. Right? Then if we talk about knowledge areas are intended to represent phases in a project, and business analysts are likely to perform tasks from these knowledge areas in rapid successions, iteratively or simultaneously, in order to accomplish the task. Therefore, knowledge areas define what a practitioner of business analysis needs to understand and the task a practitioner must be able to perform. Right? In terms of knowledge areas, the first area is business analysis planning and monitoring. We will look into this in detail in the subsequent sections. Then the next area is elicitation. Then we have requirements management and communication. Then we have enterprise analysis, requirements analysis, the overall solution assessment and validation, and of course the underlying competencies of the business analysts. In addition to that, we are looking at another core concept, that is a task, which each knowledge area describes the task performed by business analysts to accomplish the purpose of that knowledge area. And each task has a purpose and each task has a description. There would be an input to the task. There would be elements that would be being used as the input. There would be different techniques. There would be different stakeholders, and there would be an output to the task. Now, coming to a very interesting concept now is the stakeholder and different types of stakeholders. There are generic stakeholders and there are specific stakeholders. The business analyst is likely to interact with most of them, but the responsibilities and the rights and authority of the stakeholders would vary from task to task, right? In terms of the generic stakeholders, we have, first of all, is the business analyst, who would be managing the various kinds of interactions and requirements management. Then there is the customer, who actually wants to derive the utility of the business application. Then there is the domain subject matter expert. Then we have the end user, then we have the implementation subject matter expert, then we have the operational support, we have the project manager, we have the supplier, we have the tester, we have the regulator, and we have the sponsors. Okay? We will discuss these stakeholders in detail in the upcoming sessions, and we would delve in much detail into it, because this is a very important topic and needs much more details. Then, if moving to the core concepts that we discuss, the last one is the underlying competencies. That includes what are the processes of the business analyst. That includes analytical thinking and problem solving, behavioral characteristics, business knowledge, communication skills, interaction skills, software applications, and these are the overall areas of competencies. Okay. Hope you liked today's session, and we will meet you tomorrow in further detail. Thanks for joining us.